All right, hello everybody. We're now working with QGIS trying to add web pictures from a Facebook album I created of the Acre Cemetery and Nursery as reference images for the Roblox and spatial models that we're doing. So here's the reference photos there, and the way that you'd add them to this, in my procedure, my workflow isn't obvious because here in here in QGIS, I'm getting my reference points from a CSV file that I'm making, which is this one here, which has my province, municipality, village, number of people, number of households, activities, percent complete, and then the latitude, sometimes in degrees, minutes, and seconds, but that isn't as useful for QGIS, so we don't really need that. It's just I was given those for some of the project sites for the High Atlas Foundation. It's really the coordinates in digital decimal or decimal degrees that we need, and they need to be separated out to latitude and longitude. And then in this table, I have polygon well-known text, which is the dimensions of any shape files as polygons. And then I also have a line features as well-known text. Now, I did that in the spreadsheet because the attribute table truncates these, and so you can't get a lot of good polygons or line segments, but you can store more of this in your spreadsheet. So that's why I initially started going with the spreadsheet, and then I realized that we should do all our work in the spreadsheet. And there's all these web pictures, and I could make an infinite number of web pictures. Let's do web pictures 2 for a site, and just keep populating them with links. So originally I had the pictures on my hard drive, but then other people who have this spreadsheet can't access the pictures, right? So it's better to have them in some online repository, and Facebook seems to work just fine if you have a public profile. I was also linking to documents. I had boundary maps. These are all attachments, but if I go, for example, to other pictures that I want to put in here, and let's say I go and I want to have a picture of the whole place, which is down here. After a while, there's a lot of reference images I took. So let's keep going down and down and scrolling down and down and down and down and down and down and let them load. But somewhere here we back up from the place and we should see the entire location from a distance. So going down and down. Boy, did I take a lot of images. And there we go. We're getting outside of it, and then we went back inside. There we go. So there's the whole place on the hill. So that picture there could be a reasonable reference image. And so we'll right click and take the URL for that one and come into the table, and let's put that in web pictures number 2. Maybe actually, you know what, let me put this in here. It's the wrong place for it, but let me cut this one out and put this one in web pictures number 2, and then cut this one and put this in web pictures number 1. All right, so I have that web picture. Now web picture 3, let's just find another picture that we might want to use. I think there is another one taken from a distance. This one here, that's a good one to use. So let's copy that URL and bring that in under web picture number 3. All right, so I've got these web pictures, and there's another site too while I'm in the table. So let me go ahead and save this table. And then let me go to the Women's Cooperative, which is line 20 or row 20. It'll let me make it a little bigger, and we're going to do the same thing for web pictures one for there, but we're going to go over to Facebook and let's get a picture of the Women's Cooperative. That's the inside. And the outside is this one here. So let's do that. Copy that image, or rather, not that image, copy the URL actually, and come in here and paste that one in there. And then for the next image, let's grab this picture of the building there, or there. No, this one here. No, it's not a great one, and it's rotated wrong. Let's see. So a lot of these are in the wrong location. It's looking up. It's looking from the roof. And these are all from the roof. There's a video. So what do we want? We want to have this image here. There we go. That's the building. And we're going to copy that URL, paste that into here, and then the final one that we will use, because we'll use 3, is the one that shows, we'll show the inside with the carpets. All right, so, and you'll get the idea. So let's paste that in there. So you save that, and so now we've got 3 web pictures for the tree nursery and 3 for the Women's Cooperative. No pictures here for anything that's on the hard drive, although we always have that possibility, and documents that might be on the hard drive. When you saved that, then you go back to QGIS and you go to your layer, HF project sites, and you right-click and you say change data source and go back to it and just update it because it's changed. And your points disappear, and that is because the projection is weird, so you got to set the layer to EPSG 4326, and they come back. And now when you click on, you're probably not on it, you'll be on something else, but when you click on this information button here, identify features, and you go to here, you see that we have these features that you can click on. You also have the ones that are stored on the hard drive. So if I go over here to the view feature form, and you see that we have these images and we have these documents that are clickable that show up in there. But this is on my hard drive, right? And you see that this one here, this document is not clickable. The reason for that is because we didn't make it have a hyperlink. So let's go to properties and let's go to, we have web picture, we have coordinates, documents. We have to make sure that it is in a attachment and the path is there. Then we have to make sure it uses a hyperlink, and then the type is going to be an image, and we're going to say OK and let it update as it must. And that's how you can have resident objects, but they don't show up here. You've got to go back to feature form, and then you see that the document is there to be clicked on. And when we click on it, copy link location, it's supposed to open up. So something must have gone wrong in there. And these are not clickable within the feature form for some reason. Boundary maps. So I don't know why that's not working, but the web pictures do. And so we can go in here and it takes us right to those web pictures from not the attribute table, but from the identify results. And you see there's that other one that we had, and here is third web picture there. So those are all pictures of that site. And then when we look at and identify the other site, which is this one here, then we click on it, and again we can get to this picture here, or we can get to this picture here, or we can get to this picture here. So that is a nice way to be able to use the Identify Results tab. Nope, we don't have any pictures here or documents, but if you wanted to put in a document and we wanted to say, for example, what if we had, I think I have in my own, let's see what I have here, documents. I could go and have a document here that is, there it is. This is the one, the booklet on the place that we had before, and you would have to copy as path and then come in here, and you would have to put that into the spreadsheet where we have documents here. And whether this is going to work or not, I do not know. Partially the problem can be that those quotation marks have to be removed. So you got to go through and make sure that the quotation marks are removed there, and then save it. Then you'd have to go back into here and reload the data source. Then you have to make sure you set the layer coordinate reference system. There it is. Then you have to go and open properties and look at the documents and make sure that it is an attachment and that it has a hyperlink. Display the full path if you want. Maybe it doesn't need to be an image. Maybe there's no content. Let's see if that changes anything. So when we click on here, that is the link to the booklet, but again, it's not a hyperlink in Identify Results. It would have to be in feature form, and there it has a link, and now it opens up. All right, so there it is. So you have a document that comes into your QGIS, but it has to be on your hard drive. So if you wanted to do a web document, for example, and before we do that, let's just go back to the cemetery and see if that's working now. So I'm going to go to open the attribute table and find the Acreage Nursery and zoom to feature, and that takes us right there. Click on this. There is the document. Maybe it will work this time. Let's see. Yeah. For some reason, it's not working on this one. That's bizarre. So why is that? It's the same document. Let's go to Properties and make sure that Documents is an attachment, display the pull path, and type is no content. Well, I don't really know. It should work, maybe because it was already open. I don't see that it's open, but copy link location. Something may be wrong with this, so let's make sure we go back and get that into the right place. So we have documents here. This one did work, so I'm going to copy that. Come here and delete what was there and paste that document in and save this and go through the procedure again. So go back to QGIS, go to HAF project sites and change the data source to the improved one. Once again, you have to make sure the projection is right. There it is. And clicking here, we go to feature and nothing. Because that works. And this works. But this hyperlink doesn't work. Copy the link location and go to, maybe it got moved or something, I don't know. Because that certainly does come up. And if we paste in here, file not found. So there is something wrong. Photostat. Well, that's bizarre. Because that's not what it is. The actual document is there. So whatever happened in here that got messed in photostat, like that is just so wrong. Right? So it's supposed to be that. And that. We'll have to see if this works. Coming back, closing this up, changing data source, reprojecting, right-clicking, here, and it says the site can't be reached. It's a link, it's a hyperlink. So when that happens, it can drive you batty. Let's try this again. Let's go to this. Let's go and see the copy as path. Pull it back in. Get rid of that. Copy as path. Get rid of that. Copy as path. Under documents. Save. Go to here. And here. Bring this in again. Change the coordinate system. Right click. There is the link, supposedly, but it has the quotation mark, so it probably isn't going to work. Let's see. Yeah, it's not going to work. Also, it needs, each time you bring it in, you would have to go to properties and make sure that the documents storage type, no, widget type is attachment. That is correct. This is all correct. So the problem is, again, the quotations. And so you've got to get rid of them like that. There's a way to eliminate them when you paste it in, by the way. But we won't worry about that right now. Let's see if this works. Once again. And once again. It's good practice, isn't it? And then here, and then here, and then here. And it works. All right, well, Took a while. Let's see if it also works for the other one. Notice the web pictures just show URLs when you're in this view, but here they show hyperlinks, so that is correct. And in here, when we go to our other location over here, we can go in and that document should be clickable there. All right, so it is working. So we can attach documents from our hard drive, and we can attach photographs which can be accessed through here. All right, so that is how we're using QGIS to begin with to begin to get a sense of the projects as described in our spreadsheet. And now we can continue to add web pictures. I would imagine we can add videos then as well. So if we put in a column here called video 1, and we want to put from YouTube, for example. Let's see how YouTube works. So we can go to YouTube, and I have in YouTube on my own channel, I have the Acrich reference video 1, and that video will grab the URL and now come into QGIS, sorry, not in QGIS, go into the spreadsheet, and for this video, paste that URL there, and we'll have video 2 as well, and placed that video there. Okay, and I also want to see if I can get I have a Facebook video of the Women's Cooperative. So maybe we need to go into yeah, we want to get to the reference posts and post from you. There we go. And find the actual videos that we took on that. Just a lot of scrolling. There's hundreds of pictures. So on the left, I think we did take a picture, a video of the Women's Cooperative in here somewhere. Let's see. Is one of these a video? How would you know if it's video? It doesn't show. It would show up as a video once it plays. So there we go. There's a video. All right. So let's grab this video URL and put that into the Women's Cooperative under video 1. So we'll just have that one video for that. So we have a YouTube video on 1, 2 YouTube videos, and then we have the Women's Cooperative Facebook video. So now we'll come back in here and update. So change the data source, get into the old hands in this. Everything disappears because it's not the right projection. So set the projection. Now come in here. I think we're going to have to, of course, set in here. Go to Properties, because we have video 1 and video 2 as fields in the spreadsheet, but we haven't told them the widget type. And the widget type is an attachment, and the hyperlink needs to be there, and the type is video now. So we're going to apply that, and then hold on. and then go into, after it applies it, go into video 2 to do the same thing. It's a attachment, and it is hyperlinked, and it is video, and apply that, and let it do its thing, and then say OK. Videos are now there. When you look at these results, so if I go like this and I click on the video, then of course it's going to play it. Great. Similarly, if I go in and play this video, we get to that URL instead. Although that's weird, that's video 1 and video 1 at the same time, so something went wrong here. Video 2 is supposed to be different, but it's the same one, so we have to change that. There's reference 2. Let's grab that one, bring it in. We're so familiar with this now. Video 1, video 2. Now save and go through that whole procedure again of bringing the information in, changing the CRS. Somebody will tell me that there's a way to do that without keep changing that. And go to here, and the video 2 is now the proper video 2. Good. Pay for that. And here, when we go to the other site, we have a Facebook video, and that video plays. All right, so we're beginning to be able to take all of our assets, whether in YouTube or Facebook, and put them in so that anybody who has the spreadsheet can bring that information in onto the map, geocoded, and then be able to look at reference images and videos and documents. And that is a terrific result. We have a lot of places throughout the high Atlas Mountains where we need to do that work. So it's going to take an army of us doing it. But I think the procedure, the workflow is getting much better now. And we'll be able to share these simply by taking the video. And there's another, I'm taking the spreadsheet, and this is where, if we want to, we can come into the description of the reference photos in Facebook, and let's make sure that we edit the album. We would say reference images found in spreadsheet in envisioning sustainability group, and that's where we will put those. That's our little reminder, because you can't upload to your personal Facebook account any documents, but we can go into a group such as envisioning sustainability and then add a file and then upload our spreadsheet, which is somewhere in here. There are spreadsheets. There it is. So that's the latest one. So say here is the latest spreadsheet for HAF projects with video links to, I'm sorry, image and video links to the Facebook reference image album and the YouTube and Facebook videos shot at X. Alright, so that can be sent to one another like that. Alright. Good. So now that's shareable. And we have less information available. All right, then we will say goodbye for now.